Pretty.
Thank you. Hello, 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 my beautiful people. How y'all doing out there? I want to say welcome to or welcome back to Sunshine on Wheels, the talk show. Of course, it's your girl Shana, and we are here with a new live for the new 2026. And I want to say Happy New Year to everyone out there. So, now that we had that out of the way, I want to say about the guest on the show today. He's my bro, my brother from another mother. She's my sister. I would say from another mister, but since they married, we can't go that route. But I want to say welcome, DJ and Kimberly Carter.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Has a nice ring to it, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Just like the ring you put on her finger. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on.
All right. So I had to have these two on the first show of 2026 because one, we have great conversation. Two, we can talk about anything and be good with whatever opinions that's being stated. We're good on that end. So I want to talk to them because they've experienced something. And of course, I wanted to make sure that it was okay before we started talking because I know some people that lived in the disability community may struggle with um, adopting, foster care, or maybe giving birth. So I know that, but I just wanted to have some family on here to share their journey. And I wanted to also make others aware of that's in the community and that's out of the community to know that these are things that we go through and yet you can get through them whether you live with a disability or not. So, DJ and Kim, once again, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you
Let's
for
Thanks for
talk
having
having
about
us.
the
us.
journey that you all experienced when. Thank you very much. But let's talk about this journey you all experienced. I want to say last year because you all were going to adopt.
Mm.
And after all the hard, I wouldn't say hard work, but after that work you put in, that dedication, that determination, you two being consistent because this is what you two really, really wanted. But at the end, you didn't get what you thought or knew what you were going to get, but yet you two were able to be okay with that and know that there is something that's going to happen, something different. You all shared that this was in God's timing and you're going to allow God to handle it. Now, me on the other hand, I had some bad choice words. And you know, I want to say, put your dukes up, we're going to fight them. But we can't do that now. We have evolved and we're not going to do violence.
Oh,
But share that
I mean,
experience, you two, with us.
we went through that too. There was all kinds of emotion that we had. We were in the process of adopting a little boy. We had went through social services through a program called the Kin Gap program, and it was a program that you don't have to be kin to adopt. We knew the birth mom, and we went through all the classes and did everything we were supposed to do. And we met with our boy. We call him our boy all the time because
He's still to us is.
he still to us is every Friday for I think it was close to 20 visits. We had him for an hour every Friday, and he had gotten to where he had called Kim Mama and me Dada, and it was very close. We were very close with him. We loved him very much. We still do. And we thought we were going to get him. We thought everything was fine. We got married on October 30th of this year to make everything easier
2025.
of 2025, to make everything easier, legalized it and everything like that. And they ended up saying that we did not meet the qualifications of the kinship program. Now, we still have not received the letter that we're supposed to receive as to why we did not meet those qualifications. And we are still very upset at the fact that it didn't
Go our way.
But we cried and snotted and got mad, and we were gonna get a lawyer. We were gonna fight it. We were gonna, go in there with guns blazing and this, that, and the other. And we talked about it, and said it's just what we want to do, because where one door closes, another window is going to open. God's got us. He's never let us down before. And we had a lot of talks with him, and a lot of prayers with him, and a lot of whys with him. And for me, for a period of time, I couldn't even go into the room. We had everything set up, and it was right around Thanksgiving. Christmas was coming. We had bought Christmas presents for him.
Over $800 worth of toys and clothes and everything else.
There's plenty of stuff in there for him, and the manager's response was, "Oh, you can give it to another kid." And I said, "Well, let me tell you where to put that answer." But that's one of the things that they're trained to be non-emotional and non-caring and non-sorry and non-this. And I thought, I didn't think Satan could have kids, so I don't, but it's one of those things where you're gonna go through what you go through, and you're gonna not see what God has planned for you until the very end. Mm-hmm. You can look at it and ask a lot of whys. There may be a lot of whys that we don't have the answer to. And we may never get closure on that particular type of thing. But what we came to grips with was God has allowed us to go another path. We're still going to do foster care. If the opportunity comes to adopt, we're going to adopt. We're going to try on our own. We've tried on our own. Kim's been through a miscarriage. It's life is hard. It is, for a goal to work, sometimes you have to try extra hard, and you have to show that you really want it and prove it. And I think we've proven it over this past year and prepared ourselves. But like we said, it's God's timing, not ours, and we're going to follow Him and be
the best people we could be.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, that's.
We just got to follow God's lead, because it's God's timing and what He wants us to do.
Exactly.
Not what we want.
As bad as we wanted the little one that we thought we were going to get, you have to sometimes get out of your own way, and that's hard to do, because you see what you want, and you don't see the miles down the road where God goes, I'm not going to set you up for this,
But, absolutely. I like the way you all are headed in this direction, because you're allowing God to step in and lead and guide you all to what He do have for you all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people
they'll say,
well,
sis, I have to ask y'all, while going through this process, go ahead, finish what you were saying.
No, I just a lot of people, they'll say, we want to do what God wants, and then try to stick their hands back in it and try to get it to go their way. But sometimes you just have to let go and let God, and in this situation, that was the hardest thing to do, but to learn from it. And He's never stirred us wrong before, so he's not going to steer us wrong now.
Yep.
I agree, absolutely. Now, after everything was done in this process and you all were told the news, did you ever think that maybe it's because you all were living with a disability while they didn't allow you to bring this bundle of joy home? Did you ever think that they felt as though you all weren't capable of taking care of the child? What was that emotions there?
Um, for me, we like we said, visited with him every Friday and changed him and fed him and carried him and loved on him and hugged him and kissed him and the whole 9 yards. Played with toys with him, so they saw us interact with him in that field. Now, I'm sure there were repercussions, but I'll give you an example of how that went. I was carrying my son at the time, and I said, I got it. And one of the care workers looked at me and said, do you want me to take him? I said, I told you I got this. And we've had to prove people wrong our whole lives, and cerebral palsy is cerebral palsy. I'm in a chair, but don't let that fool you. I can get done when I need to get done. I've been a black belt, a musician,
And he loved your speed when you put him in the car seat.
He loved, that child loved to ride. That was his thing. But, I'm sure that there were thoughts in their mind, how are two people with disabilities gonna do this? But I mean, we, as far as we thought and we felt, and of course Kim can speak for herself too, but we proved a lot of people wrong, and we still are.
Yep.
All right, thank you for that. Now, for me, I would say if I was outside looking in, I would automatically assume that they would think you all weren't capable because of living with a disability. And I think that's what society places on us because we live with a disability. They may feel as though we cannot be parents. We cannot give birth to children, or we cannot be in relationships. We cannot be married. We cannot work a full-time job. We cannot care for ourselves because of living with a disability. And in reality, everyone in this world has a DIS, D-I-S. Whether it's visible or not, everyone has it. Some may know about it, some may not, but that's just my opinion. Now, I want to ask you all a question. If you were on the outside looking and would you all have done something different on your behalf or on your part?
No, because honestly, we put everything in that we could. We put 100% into it because that's the way we are. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I hope I don't get a lot of ream for it. I don't do anything half-assed. That's not what I am. That's not what I'm about. And that's not the way I roll. Yeah, I went there. You said something very important. Society is going to judge first and look second. It's easy to judge and say someone can't do this. This is our house. Our name is on this lease.
Yep.
We pay these rent. We pay this rent. We pay these bills. We do what we got to do to get it done. And there are a lot of people that are going to say, and before they know us and before they understand even a day in the life of us, how in the world they do that? They can't raise no kid. They can't have no kid. They can't. It's always they came first. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to go punching people in the mouth, but I will if I have to. And I don't want to come off as a violent a-hole because that's not what I'm trying to be. But sometimes you have to show people you're not going to overstep me, you're not going to overtalk me, you're not going to overtake me.
Yep.
And that's kind of where I am. Kim is the same way. She'll unleash that New York hot temper in a minute. And sometimes I gotta get the
hose, the firefighter hose.
The firefighter hose or the belt clamps.
Pull it down.
Gotta calm down because you can't. But
I'm
again,
more laid back than you are.
Society, in some ways, society has been taught not to look in here, but they judge what they see.
Mm-hmm. Hammer a little bit this way. So I'm really uncomfortable.
So it's, excuse me. Okay. It's the type of thing where it's easier to see what's not there than to see what's there, because most people don't want to believe it until it's thrown in their faces, and then they still don't want to believe it. Mm-hmm. But you can spend all day long telling me what I can't do, and you're going to spend your whole day picking your teeth off the floor.
That's
right. That's just who my mother raised me to do the best I can with what I got, and that's what I do, and Kim's the same way. She's a fighter too, and you get two fighters in the same room, and somebody tries to tell them different. She got to hold me, and I got to hold her, so we don't hurt nobody. I mean,
that's how it goes. That's how it's supposed to be.
You're gonna hear the 1,000 no's before you hear that one yes. That's life. You got to get because our society now has forgotten that we're a melting pot of people. And everybody has problems. I don't call them disabilities. I call it you have issues.
Yep.
Everybody's got an issue. You have to figure out how to get past your issue. I don't care if you've got one leg and one arm, you still put your pant leg on one pant leg at a time. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Whether you tie it up, throw it up, roll it up, tuck it up, whatever you do with it, you gotta figure it out. And there are ways to get things done. We just go about it doing it differently.
100%.
Absolutely. I agree with you there 100%. Because I can tell you I wasn't born with my disability. It came after I gave birth to my daughter. And DJ, if I can be honest with you all, everything that I have been through now, living with a disability, I have always figured out a way to get it done. And I would think back and say, girl, if your able-bodied self had to go through this, you wouldn't have did it. You would have chickened out. You would have ran and hid, threw grass over top of it, threw dirt over top of it, pushed it in a corner, and wouldn't handle it because you would have felt as though that you could not handle it. But now, living with the disability, it has shown me that, you got to work a little harder, but you can do it and it can be done.
Tell you one thing, your disability taught you how to slow down.
Yeah.
Because
and not always be on the go.
Yeah, exactly. I learned very early in life, we've got the cards we're dealt. We can either go up to the table and play or fold and whine. Yes. I don't feel like crying and I don't feel like drinking, so I might as well go ahead and put my cards on the table so I can make a little money.
100%.
There you go. You got to know how to fold them and when to fold them. Ain't that right?
I hold them and fold them.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that part with me. Now, you all, this video is going to be going a lot of places because we have a lot to talk about. And during the show, I talked to them about some things, and I want to get into relationships while living with a disability. Now, you two are married. I want you all to share with me this experience on getting married while living with a disability, because We have some that's in the community and those that are outside of the disability community that think it cannot be done. They are afraid to do it, maybe because of income reasons, or they may be afraid. I'll throw me in there, for instance. I think I would be afraid to get married because I don't want to be a burden or maybe a bother on that person. Because if, for instance, if he's an able-bodied guy, I don't want him to think that I have to depend on him for everything because I live with a disability. Or if it's a guy that is living with a disability, I don't want him to think that he's less of a man for me because he lives with a disability.
Mhm.
All right, so here's and we talked a little bit about this before the show. I'll say this again. Everybody has issues. Okay? I don't marry for money. I don't marry for worry about what I'm going to have and I'm not going to have. I married for love.
Mhm.
That's what I married for. I did it once. I got screwed over, knocked on my ass, hurt a little bit, lost some stuff, gained some stuff, learned some stuff, moved on. And I didn't think I was getting married again. I don't know, no, too much hassle. No, mm-mm. Your relationships prepare you for the next one. And as much as you say, I ain't gonna do this again, when you find the right person that loves you for you, your disability be damned.
I don't see a disability. I see a person.
Exactly. Where I'm weak, she's strong. Where, she's weak, I'm strong. Everybody needs a little help now and then. When you have a connected relationship, which means you're willing to go all in. Okay, she moved from New York to be with me, gave up everything she had, everything, family, friends, all of it, to be with me.
Now, pause right there, bro, because you said, pause right there for a minute, because you said she moved from New York to be with you. Kim, how did you feel that you were leaving everything and everyone to be with the love of your life? How did you feel? Did you feel as though that you're giving up on your life to go somewhere to be with someone that you love? Or did you feel as though I'm creating a new life?
Actually, I feel like I'm creating a new life because, yes, I'm leaving everything behind, whatever, but if I want to go see my family, whatever, we go back as a team. I feel that if they can't accept him, they can't accept me. So he is the center of my life. Nobody else matters. That's why I moved down here or up here, wherever Virginia is from New York. And down.
Damn.
Down.
Yeah.
But he keeps me up. When we have bad days, we have good days. We're all human, and I would give up everything just to do it all over again for him. Because I love him.
Oh, you hear that, bro?
And see, that's the thing. I've been in relationships where I've loved somebody and I've been in love, but I believe that my last two strongest relationships prepared me for this one because I can't. And what I used to do as a man with my past is I used to compare. Well, you were just like this, and this happened to me before, so it's going to happen again. I had to learn that each relationship is different.
Yep.
When you've been hurt so many times, and you get used to the hurt, you forget how to heal because you think that person is going to do the same thing.
Yep.
Kim is the same way. She's been hurt so many times. She has that rugged exterior. There's walls up. I got to take bulldozers to get through. I'm still getting through walls. But the problem with the wall is the harder she pushes, I'm just gonna sit there and smile. And she's gonna go, "Will you stop smiling at me?" And I'm gonna go, because once you realize that you're there for each other, and that you are gonna lift each other up in your strongest times, yep. The relationship. This is what I mean by a connected relationship. You can be in a relationship. Listen, you buy a car, right? You're not gonna buy a 2026 Ferrari without test driving it first. You got to see how it sounds, how it feels, how it smells, what's the gas mileage, how does it turn, how does it feel when you're inside of it. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I mean, okay. You gotta, and I used to be, I don't know about that, because, see, until you're together for longer than 2 weeks, and you're a month, 3 months, 6 months, you've broken up, re-gotten together, broken up, re-gotten. We've broken up 7 times, yep. Okay? But in the strength of loving each other,
7 heaven.
We realized that why we broke up was because we wanted the best for each other. We don't fight that often. When we do, it's because of her health, of her well-being. I want to make sure that she's okay, and I'm going to do whatever I can and whatever in my power to make her okay. And sometimes she doesn't realize that it's for her own good that I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's not a demanding, you have to do what I say. It's not about submissive. It is submissive in a way, because wives are submissive to their husbands, but husbands are also submissive to their wives. You are submissive to each other as a couple in learning to grow together as one. 100%. And if you don't learn to grow together as a couple, then you constrict each other and you drive each other crazy, and it doesn't work. But you got to let the real stuff come out. Does she put the top on top of the toothpaste? Does she turn the toilet paper the right way? Does she leave the toilet seat down? Does she leave dishes in the sink? You got to find out what makes each other tick to understand what the truth is about the relationship that you're in. People say, I don't want to date someone with a disability because I don't want to have to take care of them.
That's where I wanted to go. Yes.
See, let me touch on that for just a second. And all right, if you love somebody, and I'm not talking about, oh, you look so cute in that shirt, I love you. No, I love Shana with all my heart. Shana's been my sister for almost 20 years. And it's funny because when you realize somebody is there and not going to go away when the shit hits the fan, that's when you got somebody that you're in a relationship with. When somebody gives up everything to move down for you when you've done it twice and you went, I don't want to give up my stuff anymore. And she said, you know what? Okay. And I went and got her and had to go through hell and high water to get her here. All of that was a test.
That's what I'm talking about.
All of that was a test. God went, I'm going to see. But the thing about it is, you have an issue, and life doesn't go the way you want it to go. It's not about dating a person with a disability. If you're saying I don't want to date a person with a disability because you're shutting off love right there, because you're not. You have to look past the disability first before you can ever.
This is for all the judgmental people out there in society that think people living with a disability cannot do it.
How many times has somebody broke their leg? How many times has somebody broke their arm? How many times has somebody gotten in a car wreck and been in a body cast and had to go to the bathroom and can't wipe their own butt? Sometimes we're going to be in a situation where we're down.
Yep.
I'll give you a prime example. 2 weeks ago, I hurt my back to the point where I couldn't move. When I say I couldn't move, I was in bed for 3 days straight.
Wow.
I slept 27 and a half hours. I couldn't move. Every meal that I needed, Kim served me from the bedside. When I needed help to move, Kim put my socks on. When I needed help to dress, Kim put my pants on. Not because I couldn't do it, because she saw the pain that I was in. When she locks up in a pain crisis and we need something, I go out and get it. If she needs help with her shoes, I'll put her shoes on. We have bad days.
Yep.
But it's not about living with somebody with a disability. Y'all got to get past that crap. I don't want to date somebody with a disability because I don't want to have to take care of them. You're going to get old and you're going to die.
I was in that route. I'm not going to lie.
Go ahead. Speak on it. Speak on it, Kim. Share.
Okay. So I have a disability, but I could stand. I could walk. I used to be able to walk long distance. Cannot do that anymore. I do use a chair for long distance now as I got older because CP sucks. Just
Yes.
put it that way. So when I was younger, yeah, I used to hang out with the disability crowd, but never really considered myself disabled. So I swore up and down I would never go out with somebody with wheelchair bound. I had maybe 2 or 3 friends that wanted to date me that were wheelchair bound. Would never do it. They're like, why? I'm like, because I'm higher standards than you. I could walk. I could do things. You can't. You need help all the time. Now, with my husband now, you could see he's wheelchair bound, but he kicks ass with it every day. You know, I stalked him on Facebook before he ever knew I existed. You know, but once we started talking and everything, I was like, hey, and came down and visited him and stuff. I was like, you know what? Having somebody, you know, that's different than what I am is the same shit. You know, we help each other, everything else. He's normal just like I am. Anyway, quote unquote, what normal is to us.
Right.
So he totally changed my perspective on life, totally.
Thank you for sharing that, Kim. That's very interesting because, you know, you do have people out there that feel as though I don't want to be with that person because they're a wheelchair user. I don't want to be with that person because they use a cane, a walker, whatever it may be. But you do have people that are out there, and I thank you for being honest, and I thank you for going back and thinking, now knowing that he's no different from me. I still love him. What he's using to make him independent does not make me think less of him. He's still a man to me. He's still a strong man to me. He still loves me the way that I need to be loved. And I'm not worried about what he uses to get around with. And you know what I'm saying? So I thank you for that, because some people need to learn to look past what they see. And as he said it, you got to look at the heart. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters the most.
Yep.
See, I'll tell you this, and I say this. It took her a little while longer to realize what she realized, but she had to search it. See, she had to figure it out. Now I
Yes.
didn't know she was stalking my Facebook page, stalking my YouTubes, watching my martial arts stuff and all this, and I'm like, okay. We started talking, and I'm like, you what? She said, I stalked you. I said, why? She said, because I found it interesting. I would never date anybody in a chair. I can't. I said, uh-huh. I knew when I first met her I was in love with her. But see, I denied myself because I was like, look, I'm not doing this again. I never dated anybody with cerebral palsy before. I never dated anybody with that was less off with cerebral palsy than me. And I went, okay, this is gonna be weird because I'm gonna be a burden to her, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And if I get if I fall, she can't pick me up. I can't.
No, but I'll stay on the floor with you until we get help.
That's what I'm talking about, Kim. Yes, Kim.
And I might just lay on him and fall asleep, but yeah.
I mean, then 911 got to pick both of us up. But I mean,
That's right, they picking you up together.
But see, I guess coming into it is you got to figure it out.
Yes.
Because I asked her, I said, what made you change your mind? And I said, why did you... I remember the answer she gave me, and it was, I knew I wanted you, but I couldn't have you at the time because I knew of the situation you were in, but I knew you were in the wrong situation. I'm like, oh, man.
Okay.
This some deep stuff here. I can't. I'm gonna have to see a psychiatrist or something. I'm not sure.
Not a psychiatrist.
Because I'm trying to figure out. I'm married. I think I got it going on, and then a lot of times love, and you have to be careful because love will blind you when you get into a routine and you get complacent. See, you can't get complacent. You got to work at marriage. Yep. You got to work. That joker is a battle all the time. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad battle where you hitting each other over the head with drumsticks. We've done that, okay? That's why I got 3 lumps up here. That's why she got 3 lumps over there. It happens.
We wasn't there for that, audience. Throw it on.
That's how I learned the drum roll. But I'm just, honestly, I think what makes us stronger is when we get angry with each other, it's the 30 seconds. Will you stop? And then she'll come in and kiss me or bite my ear. And I'm like, oh, you can't.
Okay.
We know what makes each other tick. And I've got to get this across for the relationship world. I don't care if you're dating a painter, a football player, a mathematician, a wheelchair-bound individual, a swimmer, a pot smoker, a mugger, a person that you've been dating 12 times. You got to figure out what makes them tick and who they are before you can decide if they're the one for you. Now, how did I figure it out? I had to drop a lot of the baggage off that I had relationship-wise at the door. I had to throw all that crap out. See, we as men, we store stuff.
Women too.
We got a box for everything.
Women too, yeah.
We got a box, okay? But our box can have all sorts of stuff in it. Hammers and wrenches and heart problems and depression. Women, they have individual little boxes for everything. socks, underwear, shirts. And he did this to me on August 19th at 3 p.m. And his mama said this at September 31st at 9 a.m. Okay, but what happens is men are told you're tough and you're rugged. Keep it in. Don't cry. Don't feel.
Yep.
Don't. You're a man. Can I get through?
I personally like men that show emotion.
Can I get through this without getting upset? When she came down the first time, she came down and it was for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so just.
Didn't want me to leave.
I was so mesmerized and just everything was where I wanted it, and we just hit it off, and I'm like, okay. So she's getting ready to leave, and I just start bawling. I'm uncontrollably just losing my mind. And she's just like sitting there hugging me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to. I'm sorry. And you know, and then she came down again, and we go to leave, and she's crying. And I'm like, okay, now you start to feel and you start to know when it's the right time. And it's hard because it's hard for parents to let daughters go. Trust me, Lord Jesus, trust me. I know for a fact some of them mamas, they hold on to them daughters tight. Like,
maybe it's because the moms don't want the daughters to experience things that they've been through, not really knowing that it's life and they have to experience things on their own. Some moms are like that, hint, hint, I'm a mom, but I've learned to not allow my children, no, I wouldn't say allow, I've learned to let them be them and do them and give my feedback or share my thoughts when they act, because I know what it's like to be in a home, or I would say do everything the way other people want me to do it instead of living my own life. So I know what that's like. But that is true to a point. These parents don't know how to let go.
But see, I believe, and I'm going to say this, and we may get a lot of shock comments here, but I want you to think about this. I believe that your disability helped shape how you let go.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. That for me was the tough part. See, I was the man. I handled the money. I handled the bills. I handled the cooking. I handled Kim came in and said, "Wait a minute, babe. Let me help you with this." I don't, wait a minute, help. Whoa, don't no.
Yeah, you don't hear that. We don't hear that word a lot.
I used to help you do it your damn self. I mean, you want a bologna sandwich? Get in the kitchen and make yourself a. Kim said, you want mayonnaise on it? I said, what?
Yeah, huh?
Because, okay, my mother helped me, but she also pushed me to be better by learning to do things myself. Now, I'm not, you have to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take away each other's independence, because it's important for each person to be able to do what they need to do. You understand what? Shana, does that make sense?
Absolutely. I'm learning.
Because some relationships, the wife will come in and control everything. I mean,
yes.
The second you put that ring on that finger, some things got to change round here. I said,
oh no, it's more of honey do this, honey do that. honey, 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 I need you to do. Oh, that's what it turns into, I think.
But see, here's where our relationship
And I'm not like that. I'm very.
I know that's right, Kim.
And that's what I love about Kim. She is willing to do as much as I am not able to do. Now,
yeah.
Let me say that again because I don't want to confuse people. She will do as much as me not being able to do it. Meaning, okay, I'll handle the finances. I'll handle the budget. I'm good with numbers. I know how to work it. I'll show her how to do it. But if she has trouble working it, I can handle.
My brain doesn't work that way.
I can handle it. See, I know her brain doesn't work that way, but she respects the fact that say, "Can we do this?" I say, "Honey, we really don't have it right now." Okay. She doesn't push it. She will very rarely ask for something, very rarely, and it makes it very easy to make her happy. It is so easy. I don't ask for much because I have everything I need.
I don't need nothing. I have you.
All I got to do is go in the bedroom and I'm happy. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Well, hold on. What did you say in the background, Kim?
I said I don't need anything. I have the perfect person right in front of me, and that's my husband.
Exactly. That's we have each other.
That's right.
To make us happy, and damn sure she can make me happy. I ain't gonna lie. That's all. I'm letting you know. I don't want to scare nobody in the comments walking away nowhere, but y'all see that's what the relationship is. When you can connect so much that you don't need outside stuff to make you happy. Now we have outside stuff.
Outside noise.
Outside society putting their 2 cents in when nobody asks for any change.
Some of that is, do you really? Should you really? Okay, I appreciate your 2 cents. I'm gonna put it in the piggy bank and add it up. Thank you very much. Moving on. Ultimately, it comes down to us when we make a decision.
Absolutely.
But what makes us us is what we do for each other. And it's so hard for women and men to let go of what they had, H-A-D, and to realize what they have.
H-A-V-E. Yes.
That's the difference in relationships now. You have to stop thinking about what happened to you and what is happening for you.
Now, yes. Absolutely. Now, we at what? I want you all to take a moment to give some encouragement to someone that's out there, maybe living with a disability and feel as though they want a relationship, but they can't because of that disability. And then I also want you to allow people that's not in the community to know it's nothing wrong with us living with a disability and being in a relationship. There's nothing new under the sun. We don't need your oohs, your eyes. You can't do this. Why you doing that? Why you with that person? We don't need none of that feedback from you all. You all can mind your business. But I need you to give us some encouragement on those 2 things.
Well, for me, the easiest thing I would say is when you tell yourself you can't, you won't.
Drop the T and keep on moving.
Yeah, drop the T and get it done. Honestly, you're going to have this in your life all the time. Yep. Talk. Everybody going to talk. Everybody's going to tell you how they did it, how they got it, what they went through. Okay? You have a choice to make. if you want something in your life, the first thing you need to do, pray about it.
Yep.
That's the first thing.
Because God is always number one in everybody's life.
Okay.
Say that again, Tim.
God is number one in everybody's life. No matter if you believe or not, God is still always there. And you got to follow his lead.
That's
after
right.
After you pray, listen. Step 3, and this is probably two of the things I see Steve Harvey has said it, and I agree with it 100%. Create a vision board of what you want. Create a vision board of the woman that you want, the qualities that you want in a woman. Write it down. Be specific in what you pray for.
Yep.
Be fervent in what you pray for, and pray without ceasing. The Bible says you ask not because you have not because you ask not. But you can also claim things into existence with your words. So be careful, because your words are sharp like a double-edged sword.
Babe, why don't you tell them your three rules in a relationship? I think it will help.
I was going there. You read my mind. I often once you've written it down and once you read it every day and you seek it, you got to seek it. You've got to, because if you don't apply it, it's just there. I have 3 rules that I ask 3 questions that I ask myself when I get into a relationship.
And it should work with all relationships.
And when you get to the 3rd question, if the answer
is no,
is yes, then she's not the one for you. So listen to this. Number 1, does she make you happy?
Or does he make you happy?
Or does he make you happy? Does he or she or they or them or whatever pronoun you want to use?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going on. Are you happy?
Yes.
2, what do they, meaning the individual that you are interested in, bring to the table? This means, do they have a job? Do they have income? Do they have $9 million in debt? Do they have their own dresser to put the clothes in? Do they have shoes on their feet? What kind of person are they? How do they make you feel? Do they make you laugh? Can you talk to them? That's 2. 3 is going to weed out, and you got to honestly answer this question. Can you live without them? Can you function adequately without them? If the answer to that question is yes, move on. They're not the one for you. If the answer to that question is no, and the reason I'm saying this, I told myself, we broke up the 7th time, I said, okay, God, I'm done. Okay, God, I'm done. I'm not doing no more. I ain't dealing with it no more. I ain't dating no more. I ain't talking no more. I ain't doing nothing no more.
And what you thought.
Unless you send her to me. I was very specific in the words I asked for. When someone makes a mistake and they leave you a 3-minute voicemail explaining the mistake that they made because they thought the grass was greener on the other side, and you told them they can go if they want to go, but you don't want them to leave, but that's not how they took it. And they come back and they said, I did this, I shouldn't have done it. You were the person I wanted to be with the whole time. Can we just talk about this, please? Will you call me back? I realize you got me blocked on all social media. Can we please just talk? I said, Lord, have mercy. Let me call her back and talk. And when I realized the emptiness inside I was feeling kept going back to what is making me crazy about this girl. Why can't I get this girl out of my head? Why?
Yeah.
How come every time I come in the living room, I go in this room, I can't function without thinking about Kim? Why is it all? Because when she, and I'm not talking about obsessive.
I put a curse on you, baby.
Don't tell them that. I'm not.
I wasn't there.
I'm not talking about obsessive now. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the real when you hurt, and the hurt is you pray about it, and the name keeps coming up, the song keeps coming up, the words keep coming up, the messages keep coming up, and she's trying to make it better, and you just sitting there being stubborn because you're angry at what she did, but she wants to be forgiven for it. You got to learn to heal.
Yes.
Okay? There are things that in this relationship that shouldn't have happened, that did, that I had to get past, that she had to get past. We had to grow within each other to learn. So my word of encouragement is this, and I'm going to let Kim have the rest. Don't sell yourself short because of your disability.
Yes.
Your disability is part of you, but it doesn't make you who you are.
Exactly.
It happened, but it doesn't define you. It's not your definition of what you are.
Yes.
Correct.
I'm gonna let my wife have it. I'm good. I don't got no more.
All right, Kim, take us out.
What do you got for me?
Well, just the encouragement. She wants the same thing I was talking about.
Okay, I want you to share encouragement with those that live with a disability and think that they will never be able to get married because of that. And I also want you to share with society and let them know just because you live with a disability doesn't make you no less than or better than anyone, and you still deserve to have love as well.
Yes. Okay, thank you for that. All right, so living with cerebral palsy is, a disability, a lifetime disability, and just because you were born different, quote unquote, different than society takes you for, doesn't mean that you cannot find love. Don't mean that regardless if the person is wheelchair bound or able bodied, as long as that person loves you and cares for you and you care for them and do everything for them as well they do for you, it's a perfect relationship, Fit. Yes, thank you, Fit.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, before I let you all go, I have some comments here. We have Dr. Evangelist September Higgs that says, hello, everyone. And she also shared that I love this. And she also shared, I love it. That's right. This is what we got to do out here, y'all. We got to help educate everyone and let them know that we're cool and they want to be a part of our life just as well as we want to be a part of theirs, whether they live with a disability or not. And it is a new year, time to start all over,
Mhm.
live your best life, and do what makes you happy because only you can make yourself happy. And put your trust in God and go from there.
Exactly.
Now, DJ and Kim, how could it, if anyone wanted to reach out to you all, how can they reach you?
The easiest way for me is through my YouTube channels, Cooking with Carter, Worth the Wait, Chairmaster Games, all one word, or My CP Does Not Define Me. Um, and then, of course, I'm on Facebook, D space J, capitalized, Carter with capital C, Junior capital J spelled out. That's the easiest way to reach me.
Awesome. What about you, Kim?
And for me, my email johnsonkimberly9 oh god johnsonkimberly935 @gmail.com, or you can reach me on my email, my Facebook, which is Kimberly Johnson, and it's to find us would be the picture of us together. So that's the easiest way to find us, and yeah, we're cool
Now,
people.
before we let you go, Kim, share about your bracelet line and all the things that you do.
Okay, cool. So we have a website called YouTube called Kimiku's, and the way how Kimiku's came about was actually my name is Kim, but everyone calls me Kimmy or something like that. And the ending part is called Coos. Was I worked in a daycare with little ones from 3 months to 3 years, and that's how Kimiku's the name together came about. And we make bracelets, necklaces, chokers, pet collars. We're actually gonna be upgrading our Kimiku's within the next few weeks because we're gonna be starting tie dye. So you
Okay.
guys will be able to order necklace, shirts and shorts and hoodies and stuff like that, which will, and the profit 30% of what we do goes back to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation.
Awesome. Awesome.
And the bracelets are $5 each.
Okay. Awesome.
We do paracord, we do beaded bracelets, we do paintings. I have my CDs out. I have 2 CDs out already. My chair is my first CD, and then Just a Little More Time is my second. We're in the process of working on a third. I got home from music practice today, and then did the show. So we're working on a third CD as we speak.
And I'm also in the process of, which I haven't told nobody what I'm going to say now, I'm in the process of making a children's book
Okay.
called The Child with the Secret Powers.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, I want to say to you too, thank you so much for being a part of the show. And for those that may have missed it, the replay will be on the YouTube channel, Life of Sunshine on Wheelz. And for those of you that live in the Michigan area, will be able to see me on channel 29. I hope I'm saying it the right channel. But if not, I'll have that information in the description. I want to say once again, thank you all very much. Happy New Year. And of course, I'll be back with more. All right, y'all. Bye.